Yeah.
Cooking.
Fruit and cooking, two food ones.
Fruit and cooking.
Do you have a preferred method of cooking?
Well, we don't have a microwave.
Okay, well, there's one off the list. Maybe that's your favorite one. That's the one I want so bad, the microwave.
So I use the stove.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
I use the oven too, of course, because I have it.
Right.
But I have a slow cooker, and I hardly ever touch it.
Yeah, we've used our slow cooker like twice.
We do use it when
Oh,
cooking wild meat, because wild meat is tougher.
Yeah, it takes a long time. One of the issues with our slow cooker, and we could have resolved this by buying, there were $7 slow cookers we could buy. They were tiny little ones. But ours is huge, right? It's like a 6-liter
That's really big.
slow cooker, and you're supposed to have at least 3 liters of stuff in it at a time.
Oh, I never read the instructions on that.
And so it's like, well, that's a lot.
That's a lot
for us.
Yeah, that's a lot for 2 adults.
2 adults and 3 little kids.
Maybe eating?
Probably one of them, if it's coming out of the slow cooker, the chance of her eating it is almost nothing. Those were slow cooking hot dogs. It's probably not going to eat.
Slow cooked hot dogs! Woohoo!
Well, sometimes hot dogs are a little tough.
I had some chicken hot dogs recently.
Oh, yeah.
Bad
No, you know
idea.
what? I have...
They were like rubber.
I was going to say, I have eaten too many good hot dogs recently. And now it's just like, I can't.
You can't
So
handle
we got all those
the
Hebrew
chicken
National
hot dogs.
ones.
Oh.
We got all those
that you
Hebrew
got for
National
really
hot
cheap.
dogs for 25 cents a pack. And they're really good.
Yeah.
Right? Those are really good hot dogs. And then if you
Then you
eat
go
a
back
hot
to
dog that's
no-name
not an
brand.
all-beef hot dog, you're just like, oh yeah.
This is why
I can
don't
tell
like
why the
hot
regular
dogs.
price on those all-beef ones is $6 a pack. I
It's so
suddenly know.
much better. Yeah. See,
Yeah,
I
and so
wasn't
it's just like
sure when
those-
I bought the chicken ones that it wasn't the ones I normally buy, which are beef.
Right.
Because it was the exact same packaging.
Oh, really? That's
It
a
just
shame.
said chicken versus beef, or chicken versus original or something. And it was the only package in the store
so
that size and shape and color.
Right.
And
so
I just went,
like, well, that
maybe,
must be the one.
Maybe that's what I was buying before. Because it's a huge, huge
big
package
pack.
of hot dogs.
Yeah.
And I take it home and I divide it up
Yeah,
into
and
5 meals worth of
bags
hot
and
dogs
freeze 'em
and
or
freeze
whatever.
them. And so I don't have the packaging anymore.
Right.
I don't look at
That's
it.
right. I look at it once in
I
the
look
store.
at it in the
I see
store,
it at the house.
It's
and then I
yellow
open it
and it's
I
this big.
throw it away and never look at it again
Never
until
look at it
a
again.
couple months later when we eat all
When
hot dogs.
Yeah, when I'm looking in the store, wishing I'd remembered what hot dogs I bought last time.
Yeah.
So I'll never buy chicken hot dogs again because that was a mistake.
They're not good.
No, it was awful.
Yeah.
So I cook on the stove, and I cook.
Yeah.
I try to cook things that we enjoy eating.
That's a good idea.
And I'm really, really lucky. My kids are all good eaters.
Oh yeah, that is.
They eat like broccoli. They really like to know what animal they're eating. So instead of saying, I don't know,
pork.
This is pork. This is ham. Although we mostly eat wild meat, so maybe that's part of
Yeah,
where
'cause
the
there's lots of
knowing what
different
animal
animals.
they like to. So they will. We're having moose. Oh, and because that's the sound
They
of
make
moose.
the sound
make.
of a moose.
Or we're having cow today. Like we don't have cow very often because it's expensive and the wild meat isn't for us.
Yeah.
And so they. Oh, cow. The cow says moo. It's like, here, have some moo cow on your plate. And they get excited about chicken. And just the other day, my son was, we were having turkey, and he had some turkey on his plate, and he goes, it's turkey. Turkeys fly in the sky. And it's like,
sort of.
not the one on your plate.
There may be some turkeys that can fly, but the one you're eating never flew.
He just knew it was a bird, right? And birds
Yes,
fly.
yeah.
But it was when he did that. That's when I realized that they like to know what all of the animals they're eating are.
Yeah.
So we cook. I'm really lucky. I can cook just about anything, and my kids will eat it.
Oh yeah. That is lucky.
So I do a lot of variety of things: pastas, rice, and potato dishes, and pierogies. We really like pierogies.
Yeah.
That uses the oven and the stove.
Yeah.
It uses all the cooking surfaces in my house. But yeah, I enjoy the cooking most of the time. If I'm not having to scramble and come up with something.
Right.
If it's 5:00 and it's like, what are we having for dinner?
Yeah.
Then I don't.
That's
like
right. There's a
cooking
difference,
anymore.
right? There's a difference there when it's like, well, you got to get something on the table.
Where are the frozen
That's right.
chicken nuggets?
That's right. Whereas, like, for me, like, I enjoy cooking sometimes. And I really like frying. Just like pan frying. And I think the reason why I like that is that it's quite active, right? You can't just put something in there and leave it and walk away. Whereas you put something in the oven and then you're just done, right? You walk away and you come back when the timer's done.
And you hope it worked.
And you hope it worked. And if it didn't work, well, you're hooped. And if it did work, well, I mean, if it didn't work, then you take it out and you fry it, or you
microwave it.
Right?
Yeah.
Or
you put it back in the oven and try again.
Try again, which,
takes
by the time
hour.
you're taking it out of the oven, it's too late to be trying again. But also, one of the things I like about the frying, and you can do this if you're doing stews or boiling things too, is you can add the seasonings as you go.
Yes.
Right?
And so if you're like... Taste it and decide, no, this is terrible.
That's right. This isn't good. Or it starts to cook and you can smell it and go, okay, well, I like this, but this smell could really use... a little bit paprika or whatever.
Right.
You can add a little something to it.
A little marjoram.
Yeah.
which probably isn't when you use.
Yeah, we don't use that one.
We go through marjoram really fast.
We don't even have that spice.
It goes good on wild meat.
Oh yeah. Well, we don't have a lot of that. Very rare do we have that.
It's a staple in the north.
Yes, well, us Southerners.
When you have to ship your cow all the way from the southern border.
Yeah.
All the way up
to
us. It takes a long time and it's really expensive.
Yes, I bet it is. Yeah, well, beef's expensive everywhere, but I bet it's more expensive for you. We have cattle on the island here, so...
Yeah, we don't have cattle that far north. They would die.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
We do have horses, weirdly enough, but no cattle.
Do people eat horses much out there?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. People do eat horses.
I know.
But it's not very common.
The horses that are there are outfitters' horses. Sure. Okay. So they are work animals. They're work animals.
Yeah, what's interesting about horse meat is that there aren't horses raised specifically for meat in general. They tend to be horses that are used for something else and then harvested for meat. Right? So it could be race horses, it could be work horses. And one of the issues that people have with eating horse these days is that because the horses are not raised as food, they get medicine that may not be leaving their bodies, right? So they'll get painkillers that other food animals wouldn't receive, right? They get antibiotics to protect them from illness that they got because they were working, they got cut, and they got infected,
They have a tetanus shot.
So that's right. And so they get these other
and then you're
medicines.
eating the tetanus shot.
That's right. Maybe if it's still in the body, right? And you don't know. We don't know how long those things take to get out of the body. We don't necessarily know what long-term effects they have. And so that's one of the things when you eat horse meat. I've never eaten horse meat, but when people eat horse meat, you run into that possibility. I've actually never eaten horse meat that I was aware of. That doesn't mean I've never eaten it.
My husband did once. He was in Ohio, and there was a grocery store that he frequently shopped at that got in trouble because it was selling horse meat labeled as something else.
Ooh, nice.
Lasagnas made with horse meat instead of beef.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, he said that they tasted a little bit weird.
Oh really? It was different enough.
It was different enough. Well,
I don't know, store-bought lasagnas always taste a little weird to me.
Yeah, well, and that may have been part of it too.
Yeah.
But I know that when I brought down bison, which is very similar to cow. Yeah. But not the most similar to cow. Moose is actually I think it's going
to have a lot of dietary differences.
Bison and cows actually eat very similarly, but they have a different number of stomachs, so they digest things differently.
Oh, okay, sure.
Whereas moose have 2 stomachs as well, so the digestion process is more similar.
Oh, okay.
I think it's moose that... Anyways, I've been told moose is the most similar to cow.
In the taste of it.
In the taste of it. And so we brought bison meat down, and Mom made lasagna.
Right.
And siblings were eating it, and everybody was there's something weird about this. What did you do differently, Mom? And she was it has bison in it instead of cow. It's supposed to be the same. And I'm eating it, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is totally normal,
it's probably one of
it?
those things that it was... not bad.
It
just
wasn't bad.
Different
It was just
than
different,
what you were expecting.
right? It was just a little bit. The flavor was just a little bit different, and
different.
because it's what I've been eating for the last several years, I didn't notice the difference. I just. When was the last time I even had cow aside from a fast food burger?
Right.